Welcome everybody to season 2 of the Queens and Sneakers show. As you can see, we set in a new location. So this time we thank the HVA, the Hogeschool van Amsterdam, for providing us the space. The most amazing Maartje is still here again. And we have 2 amazing guests. And I think we're gonna dedicate this one maybe slightly a little bit towards hip hop and hip hop culture, because one is a presenter, a host, a producer, a manager.
I'm not a producer.
Oh, not a producer? I thought you were like not a music producer.
Music journalist, artist consultant, artist manager.
Oh,
pretty much. It's
I'm
okay.
Not very well. I thought you also done productions, as in video productions, and these things. No. Never?
I did my own videos, but yeah.
Okay, more
maybe
about
one
that
day.
later.
Maybe one day.
I just put producer on you. Sorry. Yes. The other one is a DJ, so that's much easier. So we have with us Pay and Mixturess. Thank you, ladies, for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
You're more than welcome. Yeah, and Maartje, how do we always start?
Well, since it's a sneaker podcast, we of course need to start with what's on your feet. You can also tell us a little bit about your outfit. So why are you wearing what you're wearing? And if Carmen has missed anything in your introduction, you can always elaborate a little bit more. So, Mixturess.
Yes.
So what you're wearing today?
I'm wearing the Sarong John trekking suit velvet and the Air Force mitts. And I decided to wear these because for me it's like the classic sneaker. And it's all started actually the hip hop culture, my outfit, my style. Start always with the fresh kicks from Air Force. So yeah.
Nice. Pay.
Yeah, so I'm an Air Max 1 head, at least the past few years. So I wore my favorite pair today, which I call them the Spike Lees, the Air Max 1 Live Together, Play Together, because I love the colors and I love the fact that it was based on Spike Lee's 90s. So, yep, I'm a 90s person. Well, I'm from the 70s, but that makes me a 90s person. So yeah, these are definitely my favorite pairs today. And I'm sure I'll get a lot of haters now, but I'm cross-branding. I'm wearing Adidas jacket because I like the fact that it matches the colors. I was trying to figure out what to wear for today. I had a comfortable tracksuit on, but then I switched it up because I don't have the full outfit of this one, which I think is a little bit too much. So just jeans, my Air Max 1s, and my favorite socks. So that's what I'm wearing today.
Fuck you, baby.
Yes. I got them as a present, so yeah.
There's like, yeah. Because Pay, if people hear your name, this is also the way you write your name, right?
This is my name, yes. And so I get this phrase a lot from people that don't know me, so yeah.
The same phrase that's on your socks, you get that a lot?
Yeah, I think it was a Jay-Z reference. He says it somewhere in one of his songs, so when people know that I'm kind of hip-hop, then they just always yell, "Fuck you, pay me, haha." So yeah, it's not a bad thing, I guess, but yeah.
That's good.
And I love the fact that the colors are different on the shoes, even the little details from the laces, and the peace signs on the back. I don't know if you can see them, but yeah. I just really love the shoe. As soon as I saw it, a friend of mine actually showed them to me on video chat. We were calling, he was walking through New York, he went into a store, and he showed these. I was like, what? I haven't seen these in the stores over here. And so I went online and I found them and I just instantly copped them. Yep, very happy with them.
So you mentioned that you're an Air Max 1 head. How do you do that now? Because there are not that many Air Max 1s coming out.
I
and
know.
if they come out, they usually sell out instantly.
Yep, I lost today. Yep. I don't know. It's just, on one hand, I'm sad because I love the shoe. The fit, the silhouette, it's just my shoe for like forever. But it also saves me money because I don't buy all of them. I just really want the ones that I know that I'm gonna wear or I have outfits for or I know how to style. So I don't buy all the Air Max ones that come out, but the fact that there are not a lot coming out saves my my wallet from spending. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. And Carmen?
Yeah, I have to confess something. I bought my first sneaker in resale, something I'm very against. And I got these at Sneakerness. I'm like, oh, why? But I wanted these, but I was, of course, too late because I always see things late. Though I like sneakers, but I don't really pay attention to all the release dates because it's just too much stress.
Right.
And my bank account says no. And then we were at Sneakerness because we had a talk and I was walking around and I looked at them and I could tell that they were like 40.5 just from the, I'm like, oh, shit. And I wanted these because I never have a Jordan 1 low and I think they're just so fresh, a bit quirky. And they're not like the hype, they're a bit different. So,
Okay.
And the price was not too bad, they were $210. So I figured, well, I consulted Maartje. Maartje was there too.
Can I
Can
buy
I
this?
try? Is it like, and she Googled because she knows how to check those prices. It's like, yeah, no, it's not bad. So then I got these. Yeah, and I like black, white, and a fresh popping color. And I like the outer sole being orange.
But I
think
like
that's
how
cute.
you wear them because I don't usually like the low ones. Basically, Air Max 1s are the only low shoe I wear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Jordans, I don't like the low ones. The Dunks, I don't like the low ones. So, but seeing them on your feet are actually, I'm like, maybe I should try it sometime.
Yeah, I normally tend to go for high tops as well, but I don't know, there's something about these. I really like them.
I think it's because the orange reminds me of the old Nike boxes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
I think it has a little bit of a vintage look,
Yeah.
even though it's not a vintage pair.
Not at all, yeah.
You have quite small feet in them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. For my height small and I have wide feet and a high arch. I don't know what's it called, your vreef.
Arch.
So they always look small. But it's 40.5 still. But they're cute.
Nice.
And Maartje is wearing something unique,
Yes.
as usual. But this one is like extra unique.
Yeah, so as I've mentioned before, I do research, so I interview like usually young people, and so I'm quite well connected and still in very good terms with some of them and speak to them a lot. And this one dude who we interviewed a couple of years ago is now customizing shoes, and he does this crazy effect with the tie-dye. He's actually going huge, so he created some shoes for Yachty, and now he was able to do some shoes for me, so I was really happy. And what I love about the shoe is that because it has so many different materials and layers, that each color pops out differently. His name is Lorenzo, by the way. His Instagram is studio.og, so check him out. And I promised him I would wear them on our first episode back in the new season. So here I am.
They look great.
Yeah, I'm super happy.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking it's been such a long time. I was so excited about a pair of shoes that I actually run down the stairs to the mailman, and I was actually looking at my watch because I was in a Zoom meeting. I was like, shit, the delivery guy is coming any moment now. He has 11 more stops and I need to wrap this up. I was really happy. And I actually didn't buy shoes in 2 months. So that was also something that doesn't happen to me all the time. So now I'm really happy with these.
I wouldn't even think they were customized.
Yeah.
So they're actually plain white, full on white.
Oh, wow.
But they look like they could be sold in the store, yeah.
Yeah.
They look great.
And it's quite amazing how, because the material, it absorbs the paint, right? So
Yeah.
how he manages to keep the blend
Exactly.
nice and smooth.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it. It even looks like there are 3 colors in there because it's pink in the middle.
Pink, purple, orange, yellow, I see.
Yeah.
Right? 4 maybe.
He also has them in purple and turquoise and blue. So
And
So
then
did you
the
bring in those shoes?
laces.
Sorry.
The laces match
Yeah.
perfectly
Yeah.
with that, yeah.
So he works at eBay. They also have a sneaker marketplace. So he bought them there. I just said this is my size. He bought them, and then I think 8 weeks later they're on my feet now.
And what did you tell him? Or was it just one big surprise? As
No,
in-
he has set colorways.
Ah, okay.
So
Yeah.
this is called Sunrise or Sundust, I think. But he keeps on like working on new colors, schemes, and also with different shoes. Yeah.
And did he select the model or did you select the model?
No, so he works with this model a lot,
okay,
the Comme des Garçons, because they have such
Yeah.
cool materials. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yes. So I'm actually always wondering what. So you were just mentioning that this is actually a shoe you bought in resale. So
The only shoe I bought now.
the only shoe you ever bought in
I
resale.
feel such like. Oh, and I'm even wearing them on our first show. What's wrong with me?
But I always wonder, like, what the maximum is that someone has
Oh.
ever spent on a shoe.
Oh gosh. These were 210 resale, but the Yeezys, they were like the boots are 200 and then the 500s were 230. I don't even know, like 200-ish. But when I was like 15, 16, 17, Diesel came out with boots. I don't know if it was Gulden or Euro, but I spent like 350. But then I was still living with my dad, working my ass off, and wanted to make brands all over because I was a cool girl. So that, like, I remember those shoes were like, compared to what I was making, freaking expensive.
Yeah.
But for shoes, yeah, these as in, because like retail price of Yeezy is more expensive than retail price of a Nike.
Yeah.
So then,
So the most you spent on a shoe were your Yeezys.
yeah, or these, because I think it's about even, because I don't remember the exact price of the Yeezy.
Yeah.
Do you do resale? Have you bought in resale? You have, because you bought something in
I
Tilburg.
I have, but
Oh,
you know
good
what?
story.
That didn't work out. So that did not work out.
Do you have an advice for everybody who's watching this show if they buy something? I did
when
check.
you buy when you buy something at a sneaker market, please open the box, try both of them on. Because I went home, I didn't even look at, I looked at them in the box and I put the box away, like I'm gonna save these for a special occasion. And then I opened them maybe a month later, what was it, a couple weeks later, and it was two different shoes, two different sizes.
Oh wow.
It was the Air Max 1 Tokyo Maze, which I wanted forever, but you have a black version and you have a white version. But because of the maze, you can't really see it when you're looking quickly in the box. And so he put a white one in, which was 40 and a half size, and then my own size was 40. Or it was even 41 and a half. It was like a big shoe and a small shoe, a white one and a black one. And so, of course, it got resolved. I actually just got my money back because he couldn't find the other pairs.
Oh,
He
wow.
sold
He
the
could
other.
not find them.
Well, he sold the other not pairing pair to another person. And so.
And they didn't get back to him.
Not within a timely manner for me. So he offered to give me my money back. So that was resolved, but I still don't have the Tokyo Mazes.
And
But yeah.
So where are the shoes now?
Sorry?
What did you do with the shoes?
No, I got my money
Send
back.
them
So
back.
I
Oh,
gave
no.
the shoes back to him, and I was like, figure it out. These two different shoes, yeah. So, yeah, and he just refunded me. He refunded me before I even met up with him to give the shoes back. So that was good.
Oh, you gave them back to him.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I
thought
was
that
like,
maybe
sort it out, figure it out. Yeah. But yeah, so the advice is look into the box, try them both on while you're still at the sneaker market.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, that was the only pair I ever bought, because then they never have my size. Like, or they're way too expensive for me to want to buy them on sneaker markets. So. And I think I told Maartje yesterday, I thought the most expensive pair I ever bought was the DJ AMs, the Dunks. And that was 150 euros at the time. But I've passed that 150 euro mark, I've passed it. I think it's 200 for the Air Max 1 Evolutions, the Evolution of Icons. I bought those for 200.
But that's not, is that a retail price?
No, that wasn't the retail price.
So that's resale as well.
This, yes,
Yeah.
that's retail. But
Yeah.
they were new. They
Yeah.
just came out and I couldn't buy them
Yeah,
anymore. Yeah, so yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not that bad. I almost bought the Pata Wave ones today for 300 and something because I lost out on the job, but I didn't spend that money on it. So yeah.
I thought it would go for more. Something.
That's
They
why
did last
I
week.
was almost trying to buy them. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, 300 is not bad.
Yeah.
But then I was like, nah, it's not that serious. I'll cry about it that I didn't get them, but 300, I need to spend my money better.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
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 Well, actually, I bought one pair on resale. That was the Travis.
Oh,
Yeah.
you spent money, right?
Well, actually, I thought it was like way more expensive, but I paid like $370
Which ones?
for the camel ones, the Jordan 6.
Mm.
Yeah, the camel ones. So I thought actually they were like way more expensive, but then I saw like $370. So I thought, okay, I haven't spent like a lot of money on sneakers in a few months, so I thought, okay, I'll buy those. So I did that, and once I bought like these squared shoes, also in like crazy period of my life, and then I've bought, I think I paid €500.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I wore them like one time and 2 times, and then it was like for a wedding, and that's it. So, yeah.
Well, I will top my maximum price when I have a lot of money. I want to buy these Air Max ones that I've always wanted, and they're, I think the cheapest in my size I've seen is €800, but they're easily going for 1,200, 1,300. It's the Air Max One Atmos Elephants. So
Yeah.
Of course.
I really want those,
Yeah.
but I'm really not paying €800 for those unless I'm rich. So yeah, then I can allow myself to indulge.
If you win the lottery.
Right, exactly. Then it's the first thing I'm going to do is buy those shoes, and I'll probably buy 2 pairs so I can keep ones for when I wear the other ones out.
And does it then matter if you have the like first one that came out or the second one?
To me, it doesn't matter, but I mean, I just want the pair, so yeah.
Nice.
And for you, because these don't come, they're
These are-
handmade, so.
Yeah, these were expensive, but I had like a deal because I knew him, and he said that we sparked something within him to like start this, and that's why he started his business, because of the interview we did with him. But yeah, it's a long story how I got these, but I do resale, and I think that the most I've spent on shoes like 350 or something. There was the Air Max 95 Animal Safari, what's it called? The one that came out a couple years ago. Because I actually thought that those were better than the OG ones with white, and I like the black pony hair better than the white pony hair. But usually he sells these for like 1,200, I think. Because the pair itself already is
Right.
like
Yeah.
400.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
The Comme des Garçons. And then he's doing all that work, and it also takes him a lot of time to do it. And like, yeah.
Yeah, and I think we talked about in the other episode. I mean, I'm self-employed. You're self-employed, right? You are.
Self-employed.
You partly self-employed.
Part-time, yeah.
Like if you spend, I don't know how many hours on such shoe, you can't have like your hourly rate you need to have a minimum hourly rate, and then automatically you end up with amounts like that, and then of course your design fee and creative fee.
Right.
But yeah, I think like because buying these for, I don't know how much they're retail, 110 or 120 I think, or 90 or 100.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild, like
Yeah,
what we're
it's
wearing
crazy.
for so little money.
Yeah.
So yeah, and especially if these are made here by somebody who lives here, has to pay his house in Rotterdam.
No, he's from the UK.
Oh, he's from the UK. Okay,
Yeah.
well,
So that is
even
including
worse.
shipping costs.
Yeah, he also included
Yeah.
shipping, and then I had to pay customs.
The
Yeah,
tax,
import
yeah,
tax.
of course.
The
Yep.
UK
Freaking
now.
Brexit. Yeah,
Yep.
here we are.
That actually stops me a lot of times to buy something now from
Yeah,
the UK.
same. Well, outside, yeah. But I would take it that you're going to be very, very careful with these shoes.
Yeah,
You're not going to
I'm
wear
gonna-
them just randomly.
I'm gonna actually take them off
Right.
when we're finished and I go outside. Yeah, so
I'm curious, you're both hip-hop heads, if I may frame it like that. You're both sneaker heads. For me, hip-hop and sneakers go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
How did your love story with... I know for you, we talked early on that there's a link between the two.
Mhm.
Could you tell your story about music, sneakers, style?
Well, actually, when it started, I was like very young, and I was always already with music at my parents' house. They always listened to music, so it was like my go-to. And when I was growing up, I was always the outcast and on my own. So I went from listening music, watching MTV, The Box, TMF, all these channels, and I got inspired actually. And then I think it started with Jay and listening to hip hop with samples that I heard back home from the originals, and that sparked me. And then you had like Streets USA that was selling the baggy clothes, and I actually got like inspired by all the DJs and the music, and I wanted that, but because I was like an outcast, I didn't have a lot of people around me in that scene. And I went actually to New York and studied there, and I went on my own and just like feel it and be there, like the birthplace of hip hop. And I got so much people around me there that were like, okay, let's go there, and they showed me how it was. So then I started wearing baggy, because I was also like the chubby child. So for me, it was also like, it was double, because you had like, the sizes were big, so I had no problem buying clothes. And the other side was like, I loved hip hop, so it was a match. And it always been like that. And with the clothes, the music, the shoes. And it was never like, I wanted to be a hip hop cat, or I wanted to be a sneakerhead or something like that. It was just, I felt like comfy with it, and it's me. So I never chase, it's just me being me and my style. Yeah.
Wait.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you... I'm sorry.
How old were you when you moved to New York to study there?
I went like when I was 13. I got a present from my auntie, and that was my first trip to New York. And the first time when I went there, it was so overwhelming that I even didn't like New York back then, because it was like, whoa, it was just like the movies. And then it was so much energy, and I didn't felt it. And then when I came back, and like, I think it was the year when the euro was like sky high and the dollar was crashing. So I think I was 16, 17 maybe. And then I went on my own, because I was like, okay, fuck it, let's go. And I went on my own. I did some hip hop tours there. I met a lot of people there. And then I saw that they were having a DJ academy. And I just called them and asked, yo, I'm down here for 10 days. Can I come join? Or can I have like a workshop? And they said, yeah, come down. So then I stayed there and attended the course and did the DJ thing and did some DJing there. And I came back, and that's like forever being like more New York minded. And when I come back here, I feel like, yeah, it's so small here, and people are like all small minded, and I don't fit in like that. And that's why I always stay true to myself, like my style and my clothes, my music. Yeah.
Do you still feel like that, or has it changed over time?
I still feel like that actually. Yeah. When I look around, and I'm waiting till I can go back to New York and like travel again. But when I come back here, I don't know, it just feels like it's like I feel trapped. And people are like, oh, let's go, we go that way or we go that way, and that's it, you know, you cannot be like an outcast or have your own space and where you can be you. So that, yeah.
Still you do well, because you have a lot of gigs, you're always in the studio, you're performing. So
I do actually, but it's like when I be like the true artist that I want to be. I don't know if Holland or here that if they
It's
are
too
ready.
small.
It's too small
Yeah.
because then or you're like the pretender or you're like fake or you always be like putting in a box, and I hate putting in a box because I love hip hop, but I also love house, or I am so like all around, and people cannot manage that.
no, we want you to choose.
Yeah.
Stay in the box.
Yeah, exactly.
understand,
And put
yeah.
a label on you, and okay, you're hip hop, and you're old school hip hop, so you cannot be like doing the new school, and that's so fucked up because I like everything, and I adjust. I'm like a chameleon actually. And when they book me for like a crowd where it's like for real youngsters, I'll be doing that. And beside that, I want to doing my own thing. But if I'm doing my own thing, then it will crash with the bookers. So that's I'm trying to like swim.
Very annoying, yeah.
Yeah. So that's hopefully one day I can like cross over and be doing my thing. Yeah.
On Air Force Ones.
On Air Force Ones, on Jordans, and always wearing my sneakers because I don't do heels. So that's one thing for sure. And I'll never do other. I don't like boots. The only boots I wear is like Timbas, but I couldn't wear them today, and that's it. It's only sneakers or Timbas.
Okay, sorry, another DJ question. If I play, when I do production work or when I'm having a DJ set, I love to wear my MX-90. I'm not really an MX girl, but these start killing my feet after a while.
Really?
Yeah, you know?
No.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
She's used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for me, like a Jordan 1 or Air Force 1, everything that has like too straight of a
Yeah.
footbed, so yeah, it's like, phew.
Oh.
But that's why I stick to my Air Max 1s. After you wear these for years, I
Yeah.
can't go
Cannot.
back to anything else anymore. Even if I love them, it's just I can't wear these.
Have you
other
tried
shoes
Yeezys?
anymore.
I know this is a very unpopular opinion, but
Yeah,
I
they
have
are
not.
nice.
Yeezys, my
I know.
goodness.
but yeah, it's what you're used to. but
Yeah,
I can't
true.
wear anything else anymore.
Yeah.
My feet are spoiled. They just only want the Air Max.
Which ones?
Yeah.
Is it specific than Air Max 1s or is it
The-
also?
I had a couple of paired 90s, but they're still heavier on the foot. These are just very light. I don't know. It's just maybe I'm getting old.
nah.
My feet don't want anything heavy anymore.
So the few Air Max 1s that I have are really old, so that they're not very comfortable anymore. It's just too hard. They've like dried in.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know how they feel right now. Like how comfortable they are now. But
But
if
they're
I had
old,
to
yeah.
if I had to choose a Nike that's most comfortable, it would be 90s or 95s. I think. Oh, TN is also okay.
Yeah, the 95 is not my silhouette. So if I had to choose between whatever I like, it would be the Air Max 1, yeah, from the shoes that I have. Because I do have 90s and I do have Jordans, but I always resort to my Air Max 1s. And even between all my Air Max 1s, I have my favorites that I always go to.
Is it for your link to, I know you're a hip hop head, like, since before we were all, no, that's not true, but for many, many years. We're almost the same age, I'm just exaggerating. But for me, I'm not US minded, I'm more UK, well, West Africa and here. This is me, a very Dutch shoe and very not hip hop, but it's my reference.
No, it's true because these are very European based. I can't find any good pairs of Air Max 1s in the States, and if there are, even if you find them, it's the regular ones in the Foot Lockers and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, no, this is definitely not a US shoe, which is why I always get looks when I'm walking there with my shoes. And I wear these under dresses and stuff. So I just wear this under whatever I'm wearing. And so that's not something they're used to over there either, fashion-wise. So I always get compliments or remarks, comments, wherever I am in the States about the shoes. And the only people that understand it are the actual people that understand the culture and also have Air Max 1s. But it's not a lot in the States. I won't buy shoes over there because they just don't have my shoes there.
What's your ultimate hip hop shoe if you had to box one, since we talked about boxing?
No.
Because you're very New York and you like, I think you're more
I'm more U.S. all around,
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I do feel the same about New York. When I first went to New York, that you have to have been there if you're a hip hop head. If you had the chance to go to New York, you have to go there. It just lives and breathes hip hop. It's just a whole different type of vibe, and you can't capture that over here as much as they claim to be hip hop over here in space. It's just not like that. So. No, I was very much a New York person. I've been there a million times. I have millions of friends there, but as I'm getting older, I like things more mellow. so now, and because my family lives in Florida, I go to Florida a lot just to mellow out in the weather. I don't want to go to New York and be in the heavy street scene again. And LA, I have 2 clients in LA, so LA is very different. It's not New York. It's very trendy and hip, and I don't fit in, but I mean, I'm there for work and I like the weather, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have a hip hop shoe. I don't have an ultimate hip hop shoe. Don't ask me who my favorite rapper is. Don't ask me what my favorite. It's just literally I have a favorite shoe. That's pretty much it.
Oh.
Yeah, because I like too many different things.
Yeah. Is it then different things for different moods, or is it?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I am hip hop, but I grew up with a dad as a musician as a dad. So he's instilled all kinds of music in me. He played everything. He was a guitarist, a producer. So I kind of relate to everything you were saying. I mean, I played the bass guitar when I was little. I played the piano. So I was brought up with many different types of genres of music. I just went into hip hop also because of my work, like the radio DJing that I did. I had a radio show. But also my journalism, so that's more based in the hip hop, but I do expand outside of that. So even when people send me music, it doesn't have to be hip hop per se, it's just my biggest network is there, and my personal love for it.
Then where did the MX1 come in? How did that love start?
I don't know, actually. I was thinking about it when I talked to Maartje, but I started with the Air Force ones, the highs, that I never wore the lows. I had a whole collection, and then that suddenly changed to a whole collection of Dunks, and that suddenly changed to Jordans, and then it changed to Air Max 1s. So I don't know, I guess it's phases of my life. My styling, if I go back watching all the interviews I did, if you look at the hairstyles, you can tell that I've been doing this for a while. I mean, and even the clothing is like, oh my gosh, what was I wearing, what was I thinking? So I think the shoes represent the phases that I was in. Like I said, I did start with the Air Force One because that was just the hip hop thing, and not because it was hip hop, but that was me. Yeah. Kind of like Mick said, it's not that I was trying to be something, but that was something I could relate to and how I felt most comfortable with. Yeah. And so I guess today I feel more comfortable with the Air Max 1. Well, it might change in a few years, who knows?
Still your Spike Lee pair, so it's still hip hop somehow.
Exactly, that's exactly why I love these two. Yeah.
Good.
So I actually had a question prepared around like, if there would be a collab with a certain artist, what kind of collab would you like to see? And then you were already saying like, yeah, I like too much and there's too many.
Like for a shoe?
Yeah.
Good question.
I guess a personal favorite, if you're talking about an artist with a shoe that hasn't been done yet, I don't have a favorite artist at all. It might be a producer, maybe. I honestly don't know. I would have to get back to you about that one. I can't think of anything at the top of my head. So maybe throw the question in the mix and I'll think about it.
Well, mine was actually already done. It's the Rockefeller collab.
I knew it,
Yeah, and I still want those though, but they're like expensive. So yeah, actually that's just the one that I would want to have, but I actually don't know for a future. No, maybe JC itself, but that's it. Yeah.
Nice. I see you thinking. You're also thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking, what would JC come up with? Because he's so unpredictable. Like,
I know, right?
He's so it's like,
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. And I was thinking, who would I want to see? But then I didn't have an answer, so that's like, don't wait for that. Yeah. I would love, like, I'm like Jay Dilla, like his beats are my
That was-
heartbeats.
that's what I was thinking, Dilla, but he's
Yeah,
not
he
here
can't,
anymore.
so-
So yeah, that's.
But then, what would he
that's
come up with? Because it's so soulful. And it's
Yeah.
like it's really like it's spiritual somehow to me. So like, what would that look like in a shoe? What model would that be? Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not that creative
Yeah.
when it comes to that. Sorry. But I may come back to you off the record because it is an interesting question. So I'll have to really think about that one.
And how do you start your dressing? Because you're both very specific about style as well, I think. And then the shoe is one aspect of your style.
Yep.
How does the decision-making process start?
But, well, with me, it starts with my mood,
Yeah.
depending on what mood I am and what I have to do the day. But I'm a very simple person. I'm not a fashionable person, as much as I may come across like that because of the sneakers. I wear the same shit every day, especially Corona times, pandemic. I wear my sweatpants, my sweatsuit, my tracksuit. And if I have to go out the door, I resort to my favorite sneakers most of the time, and it's a couple pairs. So I just switch them out. But I like comfortable clothes, so no matter what my mood is, it'll always be something comfortable. And that is always a given. So it's gonna be jeans, tracksuit, sweatsuit, and sneakers. So it just really depends on the mood.
And do you start with the clothes or with the shoe?
I start with the clothes because I have to wear something that I will feel good in, and there's always a shoe for everything in my closet. So yeah.
That's a nice approach as well.
And
Enough
now
shoe
if
to match
there's
that
if
feeling.
there's an actual special event that I have to be presentable for that's not hip hop related, then I will have to really think about what am I going to wear. But 9 out of 10 times it still will have a pair of Air Max 1s, dress or no dress.
Yeah.
And I can get away with it.
By now, I think back in the day, like I'm a little older than you and a little younger than you are. Slightly older than you are. But when I was attending, well, I've told this before in other seasons, but when I was attending uni, would have drinks. I was like in my early 20s and I had like this nice fitted bodycon dress. And I was wearing a black Jordan that I got in New York. And then people were making funny remarks still, like, oh, are you going to do aerobics? And oh, are you just coming from the gym? And oh, what are you wearing?
Really?
Like, oh, why did you wear a nice... I've had that quite a bit.
I've
And I
never
think-
had that.
Yeah.
Never. With whatever I'm wearing with my sneakers, I've always got compliments and at least positive comments about it. And I think it comes from, well, especially States related, from the fact that they don't feel comfortable enough to do that because it's frowned upon
Yeah.
or whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it. And so seeing somebody doing it and actually not caring, I guess it gave them the courage to
Yeah.
also do that because it looks fly.
Yeah.
Because I have a good example. I went to a film festival in Dallas, Texas, a couple of years ago, and I did not want to wear heels because I'm not a heels person. So I was there on invitation. It was like high-profile people in the film and entertainment business, and I had my sneakers on. And I told my friend who brought me there, famous actor, won't be name dropping, but I said to him, "I'm wearing my sneakers. I didn't bring any nice shoes." He said, "That's okay. That's you." So I was happy that he said that. And the whole time we were running around in this hotel with carpet, like all these conference rooms, everything had carpet. I was just so happy I had sneakers. And all these ladies from that world, they looked at me and he introduced me to his friends and they were all like, "Girl, you are so smart wearing sneakers. Oh my God, my feet are killing me." And they were all complimenting me about my sneakers. So that was definitely a confirmation for me, like I'm just always gonna stick to being me. But that was, I've never had that before, that somebody was saying that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with you it was a very different atmosphere and people around you than
Yeah.
with you, how it started in like hip hop, and I guess it was maybe already more accepted.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
uni friends, like the ones that were not listening to the same music, that were not going to the same parties.
Yeah.
So it was like I was already outside with my lifestyle and the stuff I consumed. But then I also believe that people do that because you make them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
So they either applaud you or they're trying to make you feel uncomfortable because they feel uncomfortable about what you're doing, I think.
Or
That's what
because
I-
they want to do it and they're scared to,
Yes,
and they're
yeah.
hating on you for
Yeah.
just doing it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I feel as
Yeah.
well.
usually. Yeah.
Did you have that? Did you have negative experiences by wearing and dressing the...
A dress? All the
No,
time
yeah,
that I
no.
do.
She's like, a dress?
By dressing,
What's that?
by dressing different.
Actually, no, not
Oh,
really.
same,
Yeah. Most of the time when I go like to a festival or something and I'm dressed, a lot of people come up to me and like compliment me because I always stick to myself and I always like, I'm not like the same, they are like all sheeps and I always wear like what I want and
You're a goat.
yeah, I'm okay. Yep. So yeah.
And that
good.
works best. If you're always yourself, it's people can't really knock you for
Exactly.
that.
Yeah. Even in the DJ scene, there was like a period of time that I wanted to be more commercial, and I was with an agency, and they were like, maybe you should dress more feminine and be like more sexy.
Oh,
and
wow.
Especially as a DJ.
especially as a DJ because that sells. So I went in, and then down the road I was like, I'm not feeling comfortable, and I got really insecure, even with DJing. So then it came at a point that I was like, no, I don't want to DJ anymore. I don't feel comfortable anymore.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Fuck
terrible.
it. Yeah. So at that point I was like, I stopped for a while and I just went home and didn't do anything. I stopped with the agency and then I just went back and listened
You found
to music,
yourself.
found myself again.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, and since then I'm like, fuck it, and I'll be like being me, and if you don't accept it, then it's you're lost.
But you know, I do recognize that as a woman in hip hop, you also don't get taken serious. I mean, I would feel as a DJ, if you dress sexy, that people don't even believe you have DJ skills.
Exactly.
Because I have the same with interviewing all these rappers and stuff. Like, people don't even think that I know what I'm talking about until I'm actually talking, and then you see the whole attitude change. They're sitting there as if you're another journalist asking questions until I'm having a conversation about hip hop and their music. And so, but I always dress down because I don't want to distract. That I don't dress up, period. But I did that also on purpose to be taken serious as a professional. But yeah, that's sad that you actually quit.
Yeah.
But I'm happy you didn't let that get you down.
Well, that's the point of like when being a DJ or maybe an artist, you want to chase the fame. And then you go and when your agency is like, yeah, maybe you have to change it up a bit and we can sell you more and you can go to places, and you're like, okay, let's go. But eventually it doesn't work because you'll be like lying to yourself.
Right.
And you're just selling your appearance instead of your skills. So yeah, no.
And it's sad because I always wonder, Tamar made me realize that I am a feminist. Do guys get this bullshit as well? Do guys think about, oh, let me dress down because maybe the women think that I want something? Or do guys get to see like, oh, maybe you should, go to the gym a little bit more often because then you have, maybe they do, but I think like much less than
But they
we
get
do.
less judged. They
Yeah.
get less judged if a guy would be shirtless behind the decks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know. I would judge him. I would really see if he has DJ skills. But I mean, I think it's less than for women, obviously.
Yeah.
But then I try to use it as to my advantage as well.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been in this industry for more than 20 years. So at first I got very insecure about how to be a woman around these hip hop people. But then I also learned how to navigate and use that to my advantage.
Yeah.
Like, I will always get in the door using my charm.
Yeah.
And then once I'm in, I can prove myself.
Yeah.
And so, you just have to know how to navigate and you have to have thick skin.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've, slept with all the rappers that I've interviewed. That's how I got my interviews.
Yeah.
But
That's
people
how you
don't,
get,
people don't understand that you don't get the interview if you do that.
Yeah.
So,
But I think the real, people know, but they just don't want to know.
but that's also people that are not even in the industry. It's usually people outside. So that's why it doesn't bother me anymore.
Yeah.
But it took me a long time to get over
Yeah.
that because you want to defend your image. You want to be taken serious. But at some point I was like, you know what? All the people in the industry, all the people I work with, they know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what matters.
Yeah. I think for you it's kind of dope that you do not dress like quote unquote feminine or sexy or whatever they want to call it, because I think this is hella sexy for a girl.
Yeah.
But also to pave the way for the next generation to show young girls like you don't have to show your boobs or your abs or your
Exactly.
your ass.
That's
to-
why I just came from the gig for like youngsters, and I was like playing DJing there, and I saw them all coming by, and they had like a really good sneaker game on, and they were like really young. So I was like, whoa, okay. But they're all were like dressed as the 90s, and I was like, whoa, it felt like going back in time. You see, like they have the baggy on and the cockney and all these kind of brands that I wore when I was like 16, 15, and still wear when I can. But that's like, it's so dope to see that it isn't about the crop tops and the showing boobs or be like sexy and that kind of stuff. The girls can be like also street. So yeah.
You can be badass and sexy.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah.
But I was actually thinking about that. What you were just saying that those kids were wearing like having good sneaker game.
Yeah.
And I was coming here with the metro, and I saw like some people walk by with like 90 bacons and stuff, and I was actually surprised to like see people wear like maybe like high profile sneakers in the wild. You didn't see that.
In the wild.
No.
Yeah, you didn't see that before. And now it was like, even like the most boring presenter on TV is wearing Jordan 1s or Dunks. And
But you know, that's the same thing with designer clothing. When I grew up, when I was a teenager, designer clothing was for people that were rich, doctors and lawyers and whatnot, you know, Dolce & Gabbana, Armani, Versace. And then it became like street, I guess. It became more accessible to everyone. And I think that's what's happening with pretty much everything in fashion. It's now becoming more normal. Yeah.
And I remember I studied fashion marketing some years back, and they had in marketing you always have personas, right? And I don't know, it was a long time ago, over 10 years ago. I think they had Primark and Prada. So back in the day, when you were like high end, you would like always have everything designer. Or if you'd be sneakerhead, you would also wear like probably like oversized clothing or certain brands. But now people
streetwear
can pick and
brands.
mix. So you can have a Prada bag and go to Primark. You can have a Jordan 1 and have nothing to do with sneaker culture, but just like that one particular shoe. Yeah. Whereas back in the day, I think the subcultures were more like kind of divided, and now it's kind of really just grabbing.
It's a mix and match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sneakers are so popular now.
Yeah.
I remember like we're recording this on the day that the second release of the Pata MX1, the Waves, come out, right? But then Tom posted something because you had to fill in Pata got love for and then all.
Yeah.
And then Tom said something like, if you don't even know what to fill in the on the dots, you don't even deserve to get a
it.
package. You don't
I
get
feel
it.
the same.
But then everybody, of course, is hyped. So
Yeah.
Googling Pata got what love for what.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's funny that you say that because a long time ago, I'm a big Star Wars fan as well. I got Boba Fett tatted on me. I'm a Star Wars geek. Kind of now ties in with hip hop too. I don't know how, but back in the day it wasn't really a thing. So Adidas actually had a Star Wars line coming out years ago. I mean, they do it on a regular now. And so I wanted to buy all the gear. So I have like the hoodies, Star Wars stuff, but I also wanted the shoes. But obviously for women, they didn't have the shoes that I wanted, because for women, they always have the weird color schemes and stuff that I don't like. But that was the only shoe that had my size, and it was a weird purple and gold Layla shoe, obviously based on her, her little bikini, whatever she was wearing with Jabba and everything.
This is
anyway,
inside information for Star Wars people.
I don't know.
It's
okay. But anyway, I bought the shoe. I was in Philadelphia, and I bought the shoe just to have the shoe because it was a Star Wars shoe. Never wore the shoe. It was sitting in my apartment for years and years and years. Then at one point, I needed some money, self-employed. And I was like, what can I sell? Like, let me sell this Star Wars shoe. Because I'm not wearing it. It's Adidas. I'm never going to wear it. So let me just sell it. And this is maybe like 15 years later. I sold it to somebody that didn't even know Star Wars.
Huh?
I almost wanted to say no, but because it was such an ugly shoe, really. It was an ugly color scheme, gold and kind of like weird purple. So I'm like, if this is the only lady that wants to buy it, so with pain in my heart, I sold my special edition Star Wars shoe to somebody that didn't even care about Star Wars, but she just liked the shoe.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Everybody's just wearing stuff and not knowing
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
But that was the only time that I was really like, oh my gosh, no.
But also nowadays, I don't keep up with it as well. I'm also getting older, but also like there's so freaking much dropping and coming out
Yep.
with all these amazing campaigns coming to you left, right, up and down. It's so much.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when we were young,
Oh,
when
yeah.
you were young as well, like it was less, right? It was more like straight line, either TV, video clips, movies.
Yep.
But now it's everything.
Yeah.
Must be so. How are you supposed to know?
Mm.
That's like because I'm
Yeah.
always like, oh, but nobody knows. This is so
Right.
But then I'm like, yeah, but how are you supposed to know? Like these days.
And then
It's
you
quite
get
tough.
labeled a snob.
Yeah,
But I don't really like that because I don't judge other people, but
Yeah.
I do know what I like. I have information about my passions.
Yeah.
I know why I like the things. But sometimes it's okay if somebody says, oh, I got this shoe just because I like it. And it's like the most expensive exclusive shoe that is now like $500 on StockX. And I'm looking at it like, oh my God, they don't even understand what they're wearing.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
Actually.
I already posted it on Instagram the other day, but I was in Barcelona and they were a little bit behind, right? So they still have some like dunks in store. So I saw these dunks and they had them in my size, but I wasn't too sure about the colorway, so I asked to try them on. I tried them on,
Oh yeah.
and then I decided that I didn't want them because it was like a Barcelona colorway and it's just not my thing. And the guy in the store got really anxious and he was like, oh, if you don't want them, take them off.
Right.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Because usually they didn't let people try on
yeah.
the dunks
Keep
because
them
then they
fresh,
would get
yeah.
less value for a potential reseller that then might buy them, and then the reseller would
Yeah.
get pissed off at the store because they were worn.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so I'm a potential client here, potential buyer, but I mean, a shoe is to wear them,
Yeah.
and then I am less like valuable somehow than a potential reseller who might buy them to make money out of it, but I'm gonna wear them if I would
Yeah.
have bought them. And it's just like this whole shift in like, okay, so you cannot even try on a shoe because there might be someone who can buy them later on to make money out of it, and it just didn't make any sense to me.
But it's the same in Paris. I went to Paris a couple months ago and we went sneaker shoe hopping and, you know, at the stores. Everywhere the prices were insane. It was just insane. I'm just looking at it like, honestly, the prices are insane because people buy them
Yeah.
for the prices. But I think
Yeah.
it's a little unfair as well. Like you said, it's like the regular consumer wants to buy a shoe that they like and that they're maybe a fan of or whatever. But you can't do that anymore because everywhere the prices were at least 400 or 500 euros.
In resale stores?
Yes.
Or? Ah, okay.
And but still, I'm like everywhere it was all the same, you know, shoes, the dead stock shoes and everything. So I'm just like, man, I don't know. Even if I win the millions, I probably wouldn't even buy it because I don't want them to just keep doing it.
Mm.
But the culture is where, you know, if there's demand, then the
Yeah.
prices will go up.
And in Paris, shoes, like resale shoes and stuff, are always more expensive than here.
Yeah, that's true.
My hip hop question. Do you have a hip hop shoe? Sorry, because I'm still staring. We're like, I need some new ones. Get the fresh. Would that be your hip hop shoe? Or
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, this one and Timbas, I think, though.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of like what I was also thinking of your shoe because the stuff we're talking about now is on the one hand you could say that by doing this maybe we are contributing to the hype. So by having this show, by talking about shoes, about wearing some certain shoes, like
I
now
disagree. I disagree
Yeah?
because we're sharing something that binds us together. It's a passion. I mean, there's lots of shows about hobbies, what people do. This can be one
Collecting
of them. It's
stamps.
not. Yeah, it's you know. Some people may have podcasts about you know, knitting. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
honestly, I don't think this is contributing to that. I think this is just discussing the culture and also the fact that we're discussing that it's ridiculous. you know,
Yeah.
that may convert to somebody and have them think like, oh, maybe they have a point. I think this is just our passion or something that we're into or we like, and we're just discussing that.
That's how I'm sitting here as well. But at some points I'm like, oh, am I not now? Because it's a very thin line, right? By how
Exactly.
people might take it or what you're doing.
Yeah, but you will never be
Yeah.
able to control how people take something.
Oh no,
Yeah, so
that's
Don't bother.
life lesson number
Yeah.
one.
don't bother. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see the comments.
Yeah,
Sweet.
but I think that that's also what you were saying about like if you stay true to yourself and like even like those, not many people are wearing those right now. So I think it's extra cool that you're sitting here
Yeah.
wearing them.
Yeah, well, that was like, because I have also the high-end sneakers at home and the sneakers that everybody, you know, chase. But I was like, nah, when I'm coming here, I'll just make my statement. I still love these shoes, I wear them, and I'm not going to tribute to the hype because I could have done that, but I don't want to. So that's why I was like, particularly, no, I'll stick this one. Yeah.
But now all the people that watch it, I'm like, oh, she's cool. I want to have her too. So now you're screwing yourself with your size.
Started a new trend.
When they start again,
They're done. Yeah. But
Shit.
you know what's crazy? Those shoes will never be out of style because
No.
I still,
No.
obviously, I hang with hip hop folks.
Yeah.
Everybody still wears
Yeah.
those in my
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah.
So
But even my brother, who is a accountant in a village on the countryside of Holland, he wears MX ones, but like simple ones, and Air Force one. Not the I made him buy a full white one. I'm like, that's fresh if you wear the turtleneck jeans. But
then
he
you-
normally has like the beige ones or the green ones. And I made my dad buy Air Force one as well,
Yeah.
and he was like very much like it would fit their personality even in that context, in that subculture.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, they're very hip hop.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I think
for
they
me
go
too.
well with like it's a staple shoe, I think, for a lot of people.
But they would wear then the low ones, I guess.
Yeah, and not full. Yeah, my brother full white, but yeah.
I even bought Air Force the other day.
Oh.
Yes,
When?
I
When?
never do. It was an undefeated one.
Oh yeah.
So a friend of mine bought them, but it was the wrong size for her.
Mhm.
She was mixed up with the UK-US sizes, and she happened to win the raffle, so she was stuck with them, and nobody
Yeah.
wanted to buy them. And I was like, oh, it's my size. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. It has really, the materials are really nice put together, and the blue is very nice, and I have a similar blue tracksuit of Pata, which I just bought. So it's like, okay, it's meant to be, I guess.
One that we made you buy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because for those who haven't realized in season 2, Maartje is always like matching. When she
No.
buys a shoe or talks about a shoe, it always has to go with something in the outfit. Even these, like, we didn't talk about your shirt, but I'm like, how did you manage to put these two together? 'Cause
That's
it's
true.
so unique and they
It-
go well.
It's not. It's my boyfriend's shirt, so
Oh.
I stole it because I didn't know what to wear on top, and I was like, I need to, like, match match my mood because my mood's very bad at the moment. So I want to uplift it
Yeah.
with my outfit. So I'm gonna go very bright. That's why I thought, okay, and I'm not gonna wear a black top with the shoes because
Well, I'm happy you didn't. I would have been the only colorful person here.
I've been there on the show, and like everybody was wearing black, and
So
Yeah.
I'm very boring often.
yeah,
Doesn't say anything about your personalities. Let me just make that clear.
yeah.
Due to time, we had in season 1 a section with statements.
Mm-hmm.
Did something pop up in your mind already?
Not really, to be honest. Well, maybe. I think you already mentioned a little bit, but if you had to choose, like low shoes or high shoes, low tops or high tops, or even maybe mid, what would you choose?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
And why is high such a thing for you?
Because I think because I'm wearing baggy clothes and baggy jeans, it's like a fit. It just match. And I hate it. Like it's now a trend, I know, but to wear like your pants on your shoe, that's not for me. I like to put it like on top of
Inside.
it. Yeah, inside, so it's more baggy. than over the shoe. I don't like that style. So for me, it's like always high.
Because I would think that if you wear baggy clothes, then it falls,
It falls
over the
over.
shoe, so you don't even see the high part.
Exactly, but it's like the style is like you want to show off your shoe, of course. So you put it in your shoe. And back in the days, I was like taping it and put it in my sock, the bag, and so I can expose. But now it's like so I think it's from back then.
Nice.
Do you still use those techniques, or do you now all have like trousers with elastic on the bottom always?
No, well, sometimes actually. No, sometimes I do, and I have like the big jeans. I still use that technique, but nowadays the jeans are not that baggy anymore, so they will fit like exactly.
Nice.
I agree. Like I said earlier, the only low ones I have are the Air Max 1s. Everything else has to be high, and I'm the same as Mix. I wear everything baggy. My tracksuits are baggy, so it has to be in the shoe, not over the shoe. Yeah, that's a 90s thing as well, I think. And I used to put my socks over the pants as well. Yeah. And I'm still in favor of that. So we're kind of like sisters in that one.
I even used rubber bands at some point, but then you would get those lines in your skin and stuff.
Exactly.
You cut off your circulation.
And of course, my leg is always too long to I was just envying, like, oh, I love the way how it fits, because me never, whatever I wear is like,
And that's why I hated the latest trend with the joggers that are kind of like leggings. I need things to be loose fit. I don't want the tight fits. It's just, it's not comfortable.
Especially not on guys with like thighs and ass.
No, I'm sorry, I'll be judgy.
Why? Why are your friends not telling you this doesn't work?
It's the new trend.
And then if you had to buy or wear a different brand, because it's always Nike, what would it be? What would it be?
Actually, we are talking now about Nike, but I also have like Adidas and New Balance. I have what's it called? Excel.
Oh no.
No. The running shoe, I don't know the brand anymore.
Yeah, Essex.
Yeah, Essex.
Yeah.
Essex.
Yeah.
And kangaroos. So I just buy what I like actually. And now it's like the hype is Nike or Yeezy. And but when I see something, I just buy it. Yeah.
We didn't talk on the phone when we were pre-discussing. You had a nice story that you used to dress all Adidas.
Yep. Yeah.
And then you eased it up, and now you're dressing whatever.
Yeah.
Why was it all Adidas? Because I thought it was quite interesting.
Because it was like the link to hip hop, and when I started DJing as female DJ and in hip hop, I wanted to set a statement, and I was into the old school hip hop and Adidas was like Run DMC superstars, and I was like, I will take that style. And that's me, and I wear it on every gig I have, in every color tracksuit I had, and that was like, coming up and get attention from people. But there wasn't, the style was not there at that time yet. So
And it's funny that you say that, because all my tracksuits are mainly Adidas.
Yeah?
Yeah, all colors and flowers and patterns, but that's why I cross-brand, because I don't have Adidas shoes, so they're gonna match my Nikes though. But I love Adidas for the tracksuit style they have, and Nike just doesn't have that. No. So that's where the cross branding comes in. Sue me.
And we also discussed I think I was 16 when Missy Elliott dropped her fountain.
Oh yeah.
You had them. Did you have them?
I had them too.
You had them too?
Yeah.
No, because when you were 16, I was like 6.
No, I had the whole Missy Elliott collection as well.
Yeah.
But I did have a time, I think I was 16 or 17, when those, like, what was it called? Fire, jackets from Adidas. they were very popular. Everybody had them.
Was it
Firebird,
Firebirds?
yeah.
I think so.
And they were sold at Men at Work and stuff. But I didn't want to have the color that everybody had, so I went on eBay, and then I asked them for my mom, and she bought them, but she transferred the money to the wrong person.
Oh,
So this like Dutch person got the money for it, but she had to buy them from someone from Germany. So there was a whole mismatch. But I do still have those. It's like a turquoise, mint, green, and yellow, and I had like a couple of those. It's just like 5 or 6, but they are
that
at
was
my
a hype,
parents'
yeah.
place somewhere.
I had a bunch of shell toes as well, like different colors and stuff. I got them from New York, actually.
Yeah.
That was really the hip. So I just relate to her so much right now.
Yeah, but also like after when I was wearing the Adidas, then you had like the Now Wow scene. It was coming up, the UK garage.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
And there it was also like Adidas was like the main brand.
Yeah.
And you had like the boxing shoes.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
high one. Oh my god. Everyone was wearing that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
So
a
it
hype for
came
a
back.
while too, yeah.
Yep.
I even wore the high Timberlands.
Oh, exactly.
But
Yeah.
from New
Oh,
York.
wow.
And
To
they never-
uni.
But not with the flat soles. I had the one with
Like the
the
heel.
wedges.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because my
Okay.
friend, also a DJ, he brought them for me
Yeah.
from New York, and they didn't sell those over here. Yeah, those were pretty much the only Timberlands I wore because I couldn't wear the regular ones. They would hurt my feet.
I was buying them here in the Nieuwe Dijk. There was a shop. And I was in uni, so that was like 2007, 8, 9. Big hoop ear. I don't know what I was thinking. Big hoop earrings. Look, a lot of makeup, and then Timberland boots here. So the yellow ones, but also like a dark brown one with a fur tongue.
Yeah,
I still have them. I'm like, who were you from? But I can't throw them away. It's like, yeah, it's like,
I still have the wedges
Oh.
too, the high ones. I
Yeah.
can't throw
to
them out,
uni.
man.
And then a short puffer jacket. I'm like, who is this white girl?
Oh, I wore those with the baby fat puffer
Yeah,
jackets,
baby fat,
and I had
yeah.
the baby fat velour suit from New York. It was crazy.
Did you own apple bottoms?
No,
Ever?
I did not. I don't have a bum for that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, baby fat everything from New York. Yeah.
Baby.
For the youngsters, if there's a reference for apple bottom jeans,
Yeah, I know it from the
For the
lyrics.
songs.
So I didn't know it was a real thing.
Yeah, I could
And the
never wear
Reeboks.
those.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Reeboks and the
With
apple
the
bottoms.
fur.
Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier. I had a bunch of 5411s because they were so cheap in New York. They were
Yeah.
like $30, but
Yeah.
they didn't sell those color schemes over here. I had like 6 pairs that I brought back in my suitcase.
good stuff.
Yeah, and then I was walking here and nobody had them. Yeah.
And then
Flexing.
you still have that label from, oh, she's been abroad because you can't find them here. So it was like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
adding to the cool. You know?
Yeah, that was a flex back then.
Yeah. Now we just have eBay and DHL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sweet. I think we have to round up due to time.
Cool.
And
That was it.
Grab your cam. Like,
Shout outs.
shout outs, where should people follow you? What should they slide in your DM for? What not for? Like this is your
You can go
self
Oh,
whatever
okay.
moments. Where can people find your music? Well, if they go on your Instagram, they see it,
Yeah.
but still.
Oh, you can find me on Instagram, DJ_Mixturess with OS, and all the information is on there to find. So
What is your favorite gig? Like if you want to book me, that's like my ultimate gig. That if you want to do me joy and want to see me in my element.
oof, actually, I think it's like should be an open format
Oh.
where I can play anything, all kind of music. Then I'll be in my element, or maybe real old school hip hop party and like all raw. Then it's also my element. So yeah.
Nice.
that was my turn. So Instagram Pay Fresh. Hit me up with anything you need music-wise. I'm an artist consultant. If you need me for interviews, music journalist, you can find everything on my website. And that's pretty much it. Don't slide in my DMs for anything else, please. Thank you.
Nice. So that was it. First episode from season 2. Hope you liked it, and thanks for sticking to the end. And more to come. And thanks to these guys for being here. Carmen is my co-host. Yeah, we'll see you soon.